NWSL. Week 4 action has concluded, so we're giving you our weekly best 11 from attacking third. We're going to start with the front line and our forwards, and of course, the rules here apply. It is a 4-3-3 formation, and if we have any players that we would like to nominate for, we may do that, and we may argue about it. All right, forward line. Go ahead. I believe that's you, Dee.
Oh, of course it is. I love this. First up, Alyssa Thompson. Homegirl has been balling. What confidence slump last year, totally forgotten about. Not only just with the national team, she's brought that play, like Sandra said, to Angel City, coming with her first goal, first assist in her professional career. 10 goals, 10 assists for Angel City, and she's still just so freaking young, and the ceiling, we can't imagine where it's going to be. So she's my first nomination on that left side. Center forward, Esther. I was up between her and Ashley Hatch, but a brace tonight, her 4th brace with Gotham. I think she only likes to score in braces in the NWSL. I mean, she's come in and made a statement every single time. She scores 1 goal, she's going to get a second one. So I love it. Her cheeky movement to free herself up on the header. And then, you know what, just being kind of a shitster and staying around Casey Murphy, blocking the throw out, which Casey Murphy should have done better. But I mean, you're not expecting a player to do that just off the cuff once you make a save. And then for her to be calm and put it away was just chef's kiss. And last but not least, also partly because of the badass celebration, Ludmila. Ludmila on that right side for me, getting a brace as well. Wow, welcome to 2025 season, getting the first win for Chicago off of the international break. Another one of those hell yes players from Sandra. I loved it. I think she's going to turn this team around. What energy she brought is so impressive. And then to do the backflip Selly, I couldn't not put her on there. But I'm here to see if you guys want to poke holes and nominate somebody else. But
it's tough. No, it's tough. I mean, I was with you, like exactly with like I got a line through Hatch on mine right now because like
guys, she leads the Golden Boot race right now.
Yeah, it's
4 goals.
If we were saying for the month, Hatch would be there.
Boom, we're doing team of the week out of week 4. Quattro, not team of the month. We're not talking about April. Maybe we'll have our say on April, but right now out of week 4, that was an incredible 50-minute-ish performance by Esther. I mean, it was hard to. I mean, you can maybe even make a case for Bandit getting back on the score sheet this week for Pride, but I don't think you can move away from what Dee's got right now.
I agree with Esther. I think Hatch could be in there.
Who do you take off?
Alyssa Thompson.
You take off Thompson?
For Thompson?
Yeah. I'll put Hatch in there for Thompson.
Damn, who's serving up the balls then? Who's serving up the balls then? Who's getting
No,
incorrect. Wrong.
No, she didn't warn us she's not changing anything, so it's fine. Whatever.
I'm not convinced.
This was well thought out.
Fight for you later,
ma'am. Sorry.
Incredible.
All right, Sandra, my bud, midfielders. That's you, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping it international, and I loved that the Utah and Portland game got things kicked off this weekend, and I loved what we saw out of Hina Sugita. This was a player that I think has become a bit of a Thorns staple. We remember we're talking about a 4-week mark. We remember the Thorns last year at a 4-week mark. People were like, where is Sugita? Does she have a knock? Why is she not starting? Why is she not playing? Because of who she is and what she brings and how she changes the dynamics of the team. And so I absolutely have her in my midfield trio. I'm also going to give a nod to Lacey Santos, keeping it with the international bump here. I thought this is a player that had a lot to give in the time that she was given for this weekend, and thought she was absolutely a beast in her role. And of course, I don't think she's been off in 11 yet at this point on A3, but Debinha is 100% in this midfield for me. And I don't know who else you would even argue in her place specifically. If you didn't have anyone else to take out, you can only swap Debinha for someone else. I don't think that anyone could. This is a player that has been doing so many incredible things for the Current. She not only leads their team in like chances created, I'm pretty sure if you want to fact check me, she's leading the lead in chances created, but we'll see what that's up against with Alyssa Thompson. But this is someone who's just been phenomenal. I think when you're looking at 4 weeks in, it's not just the fact that she's made every single one of our team of the weeks. And when you have a player that has made it so difficult to make sure that they stay on things like this, you have to start that MVP chatter 100% around Debinha. She is, I think, for me, leading the pack in terms of MVP candidates for the early stretch of the season for sure.
Going with Deb VP.
Let's do it.
With it 25 assists, 50 goals. She entered the club this weekend. Yeah, she was the first one I put in my midfield list. And then I also had Sugita and Santos. But Sugita definitely. Honestly, I feel like if you were to take someone off of this list, it might have been Lacey Santos.
That's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I'm not, I could be swayed, but I mean, who are you putting in out of the midfielders for this week?
Labonta.
Yeah, sure. But she has made our list, right? I think Santos has too. So
yeah, no, I love that shout. Lacey Santos adds such a weapon to the Spirit because now you can't make mistakes around the 18. I think there's very few players where you're truly threatened that they're gonna put this away. This could be a true goal scoring opportunity just off of the kick. And Lacey Santos is one of those players. She's proven it twice now. What was it? The Challenge Cup? Is that what we're still calling it? The Challenge Cup, the final rematch.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And this last match. You cannot make those mistakes because she's going to put it away or cause some sort of true threat in the game. And to do that consistently is scary. But Sandra, I don't have any, we're agreeing with each other on both of our lines. I don't have anything to say about this one.
We're vibing.
Lacey Santos is hey D.
Oh, sorry guys.
Drop.
Lacey Santos, when I was watching this Washington game, we were covering the Houston Angel City game. I was like, why was I distracted watching it? Yeah, I was working. And we saw that they scored. And we saw that it was Santos, or I saw it was Lacey Santos. And I was like, oh, it was a set piece. I didn't even see it. I just knew because she is so lethal. Yes, she gets run of play goals, but her set pieces are insane. The fact that she can do that consistently is incredibly impressive. I'm with you on these three in the midfield. I think the midfield group was probably the easiest to pick out of this weekend because of how dominant those three were. Okay, guys, let's do our back line, the defensive line. I am starting with Lily Real. She is a rookie, a goal scorer for Gotham. And when defenders get on the score sheet, plus they have outstanding performances, of course, you're going to be in the A3 Weekly Best 11. So congrats, Lily Real. I'm also going with Emily Sams because Orlando stays perfect. They earn a shutout this weekend and they stay at the top of the table. And it is so hard to do that consistently. And Sams just doesn't get enough love for how much she does defensively for Orlando. I'm also going to go with center back Sam Staub for the Chicago Stars because to have her back into the mix, pick up a win for Chicago, although we didn't get full 90 out of her, she is working her way back in. And whatever minutes she gives to Chicago, she influences and impacts the game. I'm going with another rookie for my defender core, Trinity Armstrong. She made her NWSL debut as a rookie for San Diego, and she was going up against Kansas City and Temwa Shawinga, and Temwa Shawinga did not score because of Armstrong. So that's my back four. And then my goalkeeper, I'm giving it to, this one was tricky for me. I was going between two different players, but I landed on Portland Thorns goalkeeper Bella Bixby, returning after maternity leave. Her first minutes, she earns a shutout. She looked confident, off her line, going hard into tackles well outside the box. She controlled everything that came inside the 18. She was all over the place, plus her distribution with her foot on the ball looked really good, and she just looked great for Portland. So I'm giving it to Bella Bixby.
Right
Do you guys
on.
have any conflicts with my back five?
I like Staub. I think, we got some. Look, we're doing this Sunday nights, right? Everyone's getting their best cozy sweater and joining us Sunday nights. Like, and you're going to think of that game that you're just coming off of. And I've got Staub on there too. There's a part of me that's just like kind of still fixated on it. But I do wonder if maybe some of the earlier games, Rebecca Bernal, I thought she had another really great game. I think she has to be in our team of the week. I think but it's tough because you're thinking, are you getting out Sam's, who I think one of those players, even though didn't see a lot of time in that international window, comes back and is exactly who she is for the Pride. Like, does not miss a single step or beat. So it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm just thinking on the recent game they were in, and maybe we remove Stav and put in Bernal for the consistency that she's been providing in another good week against the opposition. So maybe I make a case for Bernal being in there. I also am I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like these defensive adjustments for Kansas City. I mean, this time last year, they were bleeding goals. And I don't know if we're giving enough praise for the Kansas City Current to making their defensive adjustments early in the start of 2025, because it is a completely night and day picture from where they were last year to now. And I think a huge part of that is maybe they have a little bit of champagne problems on that back line, and they're figuring it out, and it's working as they go, where it's like backline by committee. I maybe want to give this time to shout out Izzy Rodriguez as well. This is a player for me who has been deeply under the radar for the Current going back to 2024. I thought it was a big mistake that she didn't get a start in that semifinal. They did not advance. And I like that she is cruising and crushing it to start 2025. She's another one that has not missed a step for me. So if you don't want to make a case for Bernal, Lisa, maybe I make a case for Rodriguez.
I'm not going for Izzy Rodriguez. You could convince me on Rebecca Bernal. Kansas City wasn't really tested enough. Lorena was my other goalkeeper of the week because there were moments that she had big saves, but San Diego didn't do enough to call out a Kansas City defender in my mind.
Is it still too early to give praise for Kansas City's defensive shape this season because maybe some of the opposition that they played? Okay.
No, because we could have
so.
said that last year, and they were still leaking goals, especially on set pieces.
I think Lorena is a big difference. Why? Because
Lorena's been
their
massive.
backline has more time together, and Sharples and Cook have done really well. I love the shout for Izzy Rodriguez, but I think Lorena, to me, is the game changer for Kansas City defensively.
Right on. Who do you guys have for coach?
D?
Sam Lady. I think he's done so well as interim. Yes, he's had a lot of doubts. People haven't loved just the interim, that they're looking for somebody else. But I think what an opportunity to prove yourself. I've had Sam as a coach. I absolutely loved having him. We're seeing these players come out confident. He's getting the best out of them. They have a clear style that they're playing, which we haven't been able to say for Angel City for a long time. They had a great win. And I think he's doing really well with his team considering he's the interim.
I could get on the Sam Lady train. I was thinking Rob Gale with what he's done at Portland and getting more out of Dana Castellanos, getting Turner more involved. But I like the Sam Lady shout a lot. Sandra, do you have anyone?
If I'm the tiebreaker, I'm absolutely going Sam Lady. I'm not quite convinced for Rob Gale yet. So I'm gonna give it to Sam Lady. I think, listen, he's letting the kids play and it's working out, and he deserves the praise. So Sam Lady, coach of the week.
Congratulations, A3 team of the week and A3 coach of the week, Sam Lady with Angel City.